is actually really freaking cool.
I'm blown away at the amount of people up here.
I caught the biggest fish so far.
He did.
Just want that to be known.
With another morning in the books, this one was pretty cool. We woke up to some pretty unbelievable views on both sides, as you saw in the last episode. A bunch of coyotes trying to get up into our camp because of the dogs. And Christian's dog is probably in heat, so they want to come and see some tail. But Christian whipped up his famous breakfast sandwiches, which are pretty amazing. And we packed up after doing a photo shoot for our fridge company, Bouger RV. Well, we are all packed up and ready to take off from this beautiful place. Holy hell, is this beautiful. Only bad part is it got super cold last night and it was very windy. So windy that... oh, look at Goober. That's too funny. Anyways, yeah, it got windy last night. So windy that it was just enough to where we weren't going to have a fire. And that was, you know, out here on this grassland, you don't want to have this guy.
Just walking the Oregon Trail with my dog. Sir, do you have any kibbles to spare?
So, anyways, we just opted not to have a fire. There's no fire rings and stuff out. Anyways, you usually have to do a pit or something else, and we're not taking that risk. And it's really, you know, this is public land, so don't do it. Especially with it. I mean, it's not that dry out here. As you can see, it's just green as all hell, but you know, you never know. It only takes one spark, you know, out here, and good luck getting that thing out. So we froze our butts off. I had 2 sleeping bags, 2 hoodies on, but actually I slept really comfortably. It wasn't that bad once you got in and got warmed up, and you know, it wasn't that bad. So woke up, we did a ton of content stuff today, and now we are heading to go fishing. So gonna miss these views, but we're headed south to fish and go see the OWYHEES. Let's go. The views out here just don't get old. They keep going and going and going. And although this is what would normally be a boring drive just through a bunch of grass, is just stunning. Everywhere you look, it's just amazing mountain snow-capped peaks. And it's always fun to kind of stretch the legs out on the Ram, and the other guys seem to be enjoying it as well. And we have a little bit of time to make up. We took more time this morning than we wanted to, but for good reason. We had to get a lot of work done. It's going to be about a 3.5-hour drive to get to the next destination. After Christian decided to steal my truck and that he'd rather have the Ram, and me somehow fitting into his current seat position being a foot taller than him, we've made our way down to the end of the trail. Driving this Gladiator, although it's rad, makes me really not regret having a full-size Ram. I love these bigger rigs. They just drive different. They're smooth, they're Cadillacs, but they still kick ass. are finally at the very beginning of the OWYHEES. So we just aired down. It's been a lot of highway driving. It's been a lot of highway driving on this whole trip in general, and it's because we've been chasing locations and not so much trails. And today starts 2 days on just trails. So there's gonna be a lot more, you know, overland content, right? Instead of just, you know, spots and locations and stuff here and there. So I'm pretty stoked on that. We're at Succor Creek or Succor Creek. I'm not actually sure how you call it or how you name it. But anyways, we're going to be going down this trail here. It's probably about 3 hours or so. And then we're going to do the whole LESLIE Gulch, you know, Jordan Valley. And then after that, we're probably just going to find a camp. We may not even make it to Jordan Valley or to LESLIE Gulch tonight. We kind of want to call it an early night because we've been getting to camp late at dark. We may not make it, but if we don't, we're just going to find a place to camp somewhere awesome. And then tomorrow we're going to do Jordan Craters and then possibly go down to Alvord Desert. Not entirely sure what the plan is yet. We're going to kind of figure that out at camp tonight. So anyways, gonna enjoy the rest of the day. It's 5 o'clock, so we've got about 2 hours probably left of driving at the most. So we'll figure it out. We always do. But it sure is pretty out here. We heard some rumors about wind possibly tonight starting at 11:30. I hope not, because we definitely want to have a campfire and, you know, do that whole thing. And I think it's going to be some steak fajitas and top shelf margaritas. So pretty pumped on that. This is Succor Creek Trail, and I hope I'm saying that right. The views are stunning. These canyons are magnificent, and they're huge. They do not do justice on this video. As we navigate through here, I realize it's been a long time since I've been through here, and I've never seen it this green. I've also never seen this many people. There were cars everywhere, and I mean everywhere. And I get it, it's a fun place to be. It's a great place to camp. But I have never seen anything like this before. I'm talking over 400 vehicles easy. We obviously love everybody going out and enjoying their public lands, but sometimes you just get a little blown away by how many people are doing it all at once. It can be a little overwhelming.
So this section of canyon is actually really freaking cool. When we first came in, there was these huge deposits of granite that I thought at first was actual snow, but it was actual.
All right, we're good. I'm trying to like block out all the cars that we see.
Oh, but it was actual granite, so that was really cool to see. That was a lot of granite. Holy crap! The other side to this is there's a buttload of people up here. Holy crap! And not overlanders, we're just talking people in general. It's definitely very popular, and I'm pretty sure we can thank social media for that. People geotagging. I didn't even know this place was out here. I've lived in Oregon most of my entire life, and I didn't even know this place existed. So it goes to show a lot what social media does, geotagging. So you know, places like this get overran, and it's no wonder there's trash left everywhere, the amount of people that are out here. But anyway, so this area is really freaking cool. It's actually, to me, it kind of gives me that Titus Canyon feeling. Not quite so much Grand Canyon like I heard, but that could be deeper in. But as of right now, I kind of get that feel and that vibe of Titus Canyon, which which still is really cool. Like, you got canyon walls here, and then you've got over here to my left, there's a river that runs through here, which is really cool. And then you get, holy crap.
I'm blown away at the amount of people up here.
Dude, it really kind of takes the enjoyment away a little bit from this area.
I mean, I know this area is pretty popular, and we should, like, right now, start seeing less, but holy.
This is nuts, dude. We're talking like large freaking parties up in here.
It's not even Memorial Day. Can you imagine how bad it is in the summer here?
As we wait for Christian, Nate and I kind of take in this beautiful valley. We look at the time, we're trying to get down to the next spot during golden hour. It is a real treat. It is the pièce de résistance of this trip. This beautiful masterpiece is Leslie Gulch. It's pretty special. Unfortunately, social media has really blown this place up, and judging by the amount of people here, I'm sure that's how they found it. It's a pretty cool place, and I've been going here for a while. There's some neat, interesting history in this too, especially how it got its name. It was named after the rancher Hiram E. Leslie, who was actually hit by lightning here in 1882. It had been previously called Dugout Gulch, and it's actually what my grandfather called it, even though it's been Leslie Gulch for obviously as long as he's been alive. But I think it's just a local thing, and he learned it that way. And when he told me about it and showed me this place, it was the first time when I was probably about 5 years old that I saw such stunning canyons. This place is insane. It's enough of me talking about it. Just take a look for yourself and enjoy. Unfortunately, there were too many people. The guys turned around before me, and they didn't even see what I saw. There was probably over 100 cars and over 200 people just at the boat launch. Shoulder to shoulder people on the shoreline fishing or swimming, loud music, campfires, everything. That's way too much for us to handle. Not where we want to be. It's a little sad, but it's also great seeing people out here enjoying their weekend, enjoying their public land. Now we head back up. We've got to find a spot to camp for the night.
Into a trail closure or trail block due to the OWYHEE Lake. There were ass load of people out there. Everything was blocked off, so we had to turn back around, go back up where we just came through at. So we decided we're going to beat cheeks and get back up to the top and into the trail. Unfortunately, burned a little more fuel than I was expecting in the Tiguan doing so, and as a rookie mistake, I did not fill up my roto packs. Who does that kind of nonsense? Apparently this guy right here. So we're heading into town. We're gonna go top off with gas. I'm gonna make sure I fill the roto packs. It's ridiculous. We're gonna grab a bite to eat, then we're gonna beat cheeks back, get on the trail, get to camp, do some data dumping. But lesson learned: do not forget to fill your damn roto packs. I've never forgotten to fill my roto packs, and I did. So shame on me. Shame on me.
pictures. I'm gonna post one of them and just be like, I'm not proud, but it's honest work.
Subscribe to OnlyFans.
Hashtag photography. Nature is metal. I'm waiting for the meme to come out.
Well, it is windy. Again, we just can't escape the wind. And it's like, it's kind of warm out. It's warm in here, but the second the wind hits, it's brutal. So we called it a night. We completely changed our plans. We were going to go down and keep going through the OWYHEES. The amount of people. I have been going to the OWYHEES for probably, I don't know, 30 years. I've been through almost every trail on a bike, on a motorcycle. I've never seen so many. I mean, I'm talking probably 400 rigs that we just saw, and only the first half of it. We're gonna do the second half, but we didn't have enough fuel in the Tiguan, so we had to go in. And at that point, we're just burnt out. So we're like, let's go relax at some hot springs and just kind of do our thing. Then we get to the hot springs. The river's too tall for the Tiguan to get to the island that the hot springs are on. I can make it, the Jeep probably, but we are now camped up from there. And tomorrow we kind of made a little bit of a decision. I think we want to do a lot of fishing and stay at the same place for 2 nights. So we may go up to a lake in the Cascades. I heard they opened up the pass. I think we're going to go and just have a good time for 2 days, you know, just good food, bunch of drinks, get messed up. And probably not a ton of overlanding, but a lot of like overland style camping. As you can see, it's not glorious, right? This is, I'll show you my setup here in a second. This is very obviously extremely temporary. The first night I had a cot, but I had to move my spare tire. I had to move my jack. Obviously, I had a tent. I tried making like a tent for extension or whatever for this roof that goes up, but you got to take the crossbars off. They screwed up when they did the stitching for what I needed, and the magnets are demagnetized now. So, oh boy, it's just not working. So I'm just like, you know what? It's actually pretty comfy. I've got a 3-inch pad underneath the memory foam mattress and some other stuff. So, and I'm just the right height for this bed. I know my head's leaning up here, but it's just to do this video. And so as you can see, got the jack there in my big ass 37 up on the bulkhead. So in order for the cot to fit in here, this goes up onto the kufu, and then the jack has to completely come out. So I'm not doing that every night. Just didn't make sense. You know, the kufu takes a lot of space, but this is one of my favorite things on this truck, so it's not going anywhere. So, oh yeah, I think we're gonna go shooting. So I've got my AR in here. I got a custom built AR, and then I've got a 6.5 Creedmoor Howa that I've never shot, and I've owned it for like 4 years now, or 3 years. So I'm gonna go do that. And then my good power tank here. So anyways, yep. I'm gonna turn this off, and I'm gonna call it a night. We'll see you guys in the morning.
on the road. We're gonna stop in town. There's a spot up here where there's like a breakfast place. We're gonna get some real food. We've been cooking almost every night. We're just tired of cooking. Been on the road for what, 5 days now? 4 days now? Yeah, 5 days. So decided we're gonna let somebody else cook for us and have a nice breakfast. We'll also gas up and then head on out to our next destination where we're gonna be busy. Doing a lot of content work, but it felt good to sleep. Like, slept in a little bit this morning, which was nice. Glad for that. Now we can put in a full day's worth of work, see some amazing scenery, do what we do. Well, just got done eating breakfast. Wasn't too bad. What'd you think of it? USA. I had to put mine in my hat. All right, well, we are going to get back on the road. We're gonna head out to our next camp spot. We're gonna meet up with one of Jeff's friends. She knows of a good spot where we can post up at for our camp and do some content shooting, so we're gonna start heading that direction.
We didn't film much because, well, to be honest, we're pretty burnt out. We camped on this lake in Central Oregon. Pretty awesome, really secluded spot. You damn near had to get in a four-wheel drive just to get in here. But yeah, we had a blast last night. Got pretty toasted with some good bourbon that was sent over from Cass and the boys over at Sasquatch Expedition Campers. And no, we had a great time, had a fire. Wind finally died down. We've been getting wind whipped like crazy on this trip. And then, yeah, we called it a night, and now we have completely changed plans again. We're gonna head to the coast, I think. We're gonna do some fishing along the way on some rivers. We caught some fish here last night.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, smallmouth. Yeah.
Hey.
Look at that. That's nice. That's a big ass smallmouth, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, first cast. And did a little fly fishing this morning. Didn't do well on fly because it was a little late in the day. But yeah, we've already packed up. We're gonna warm the rigs up here and then head out and make a couple hours trip back to the west side of the state in Oregon. And we're gonna stop in Bend first, get some breakfast, gas up. We're actually probably gonna clean the rigs up a little bit. They're so dusty. And yeah, well, we're gonna do a bunch of fishing. So we'll be filming that. It's gonna be fun. Might even bring the big camera out for that. But
I caught the biggest fish so far.
he did.
Just want that to be known.
This guy.
So anyways, we'll pack up and we'll get to going, and we'll put a drone up so you guys can see how we got in here. It's pretty cool. You want to put the drone up? Have it just trail while we get out. It's pretty cool footage.
Yeah.
We had a blast at the lake. It was fun, and we even debated staying more than one night, which probably was a better idea than what we ended up doing. We headed west. We knew of a couple spots that we used to frequent quite a bit and fish. We really haven't been fishing as much as we wanted to on this trip, or really at all, and it was time that we got that in. However, because of the snow melt, all the rivers that we were seeing were too high to fish, including this one. It's way higher than it normally is. Even hitting it during feeding hour and prime fishing time, we couldn't get them to bite on anything. We didn't even see a fish. Maybe a couple that rose, and we weren't sure if we even got any to bite anything we were throwing at them. But it didn't leave us with a lot of options on places to go, and we really just couldn't figure out where to go or what we wanted to do. What we did know is that we were tired and burnt out, and then maybe it was time to go home. No luck today fly fishing the Santiam River, but it's gorgeous out. There's no doubt about it. This water is ice cold. I don't know if you can even hear me, but it's beautiful. But I've only seen like 2 fish jump, and I've got maybe 1 strike. Could be just, you know, bad fly choices, but the guys on the lures aren't catching anything either. So it's kind of prime time right now, but I don't know. We don't even know where we're gonna go tonight. So probably to the coast somewhere. But we got Christian fly fishing, so that's a win. Well, this is pretty much going to wrap the trip up. We're going to head home now. We got in at 1:30-ish last night to the campground here in Bandon. It's, God, what's the name of it again? Shit, I forgot the name of it already. Awesome little campground for a pay side. Had showers and everything. It's the reason why we went, because holy hell, 5 days without a shower sucks. And it's funny how we always get this weird wild hair up our ass to just leave wherever we're at and go to the coast and then do some stupid amount of driving. But yeah, we're ready to go home. I think 4 or 5 days is like a threshold for our trips. We always go 6. I don't know why, but last days always seem to be travel, because originally we were supposed to be only about 6 hours away from home 5, but we're 8, so it's not a huge difference. But we came down here to see the Coquille Lighthouse and kill some time, because Christian's in Bandon buying a rear seat delete that he found on Facebook Marketplace. So we're waiting on him so we can have breakfast and go home. Always waiting on Christian on this trip. La Tortuga. All right, so that's it. If you guys like this, smash the subscribe button, hit the like button if you do see so fit, and that you enjoyed this stuff. We do appreciate that. Obviously it helps us tremendously, especially the divergent pathways just coming out. Hopefully you guys have seen that too. But this series should have been pretty fun, so we'll go see you guys on the next one.